Hi guys, I did a video the other night where I was going to do a teardown on this little shark or whatever it's called. But because it was working absolutely fine and it looks like you've actually got to split the seam here to get it apart, I said I wasn't going to do a teardown, or at least I wasn't going to finish the teardown because I wanted to keep it in working condition. However, somebody made a comment on the video where I showed this that they'd been withdrawn. Apparently there's been 12 reported injuries to children falling or sitting on them and getting impaled on the shark fin. I mean, it's not sharp by any means, but I suppose if you fell with enough force on it, you might, well, obviously 12 children have injured themselves. Some with puncture wounds and whatever. This was quite a few years ago, so this probably shouldn't have been in the charity shop if anybody got knowledge, because they're supposed to have been withdrawn from sale. I've taken the batteries out of it because it does work absolutely fine, but in view of the fact that I can't take it back to another charity shop knowing that they've been withdrawn from sale, I thought I might as well finish taking it apart so we can have a good look inside. It will be a destructive teardown. This is as far as I got the other night. I took these off and then started working on it, but realised the only way we were going to get any further, this must be glued around the seam, so it's actually going to damage it when we finish taking it apart. But as I say, this time I'm going to go for it. I'm not going to worry about it. Probably end up stabbing myself, forcing it apart. Gonna have to use something a little bit stronger, I think, to force it. Looks to me like there's a complete unit inside this body shell. Oh, there we go. That's what I didn't want to do before. I didn't want to damage it any more than necessary. It's obviously got pillars and posts going through that are probably glued to stop it coming apart. Yeah, that doesn't want to come apart easily. Right, I'm going to get something a bit bigger to jam in there. Right, we're not messing about now. Right. Well, we're not a lot further forwards. Speaker. Sealed. It is well sealed. This is where Big Clive would use his, what did he call it? Can't think what he calls it. Jaws of something or other. Jaws of persuasion or something. Big pair of pliers, basically. Right, we're going to do something similar. The general idea is to crack the seal where it's glued together. Jaws of persuasion? I can't remember what he calls it. He does have a humorous way of explaining what he's doing. These are not quite as big as I need them to be. Oh. Okay, we're getting in the other way, obviously. That wasn't the way I was intending to get in. You can actually see some screws in there, but you can't get to them. Well, it's certainly well put together in that it's not intended to come apart again. Have we loosened anything? Nope. I might end up being even more destructive. Oh, dear me. It does not want to come apart. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be putting this one back together. That's what I refer to as pillars and posts. You've got a tube and you've got a pillar that goes into it. Well, we're getting there. Not quite the way I'd intended to get there. Oh, wow. What we have there is a magnetic drive that flaps that backwards and forwards. Right. Well, let's see if we can get there without destroying everything else so we can look at it. Nothing wants to come apart easily. to nibble my way around. Right, okay, this bit is just the cover for the speaker. I suppose it might even be a amplifying chamber in effect. So obviously this is the battery box here. The circuitry would appear to be on the back of that. But if we can just look in there now, I've got a magnet there and a magnet there. So one of those has got to be a electromagnet there somewhere, coil, to make that go. I'm going to have to tear this last bit apart. I'm sorry, you're going to have to come apart. Right. That's a nice neodymium magnet. And there's our circuit board. Right, I'm just going closer. You might be able to see this circle is a coil. You can see the windings on the inside of it. Pointy stick. Yeah, in there. That is a coil of wire, which we've got two very fine wires going round the back into it. So when there's current passed through that coil, it will be attracted to one of these magnets and repelled from the other one, wherever it went. Oh, I've dropped it. Oh no, it's still hanging on the back there. Yeah, so it'll be attracted to one and repelled from the other. So that's our 2 magnets. It would be nice if we can get that coil out without breaking the wires that go to it. Just get me pointy stick again. Put the light on. There we are. Now we can see it. There's our 2 wires. Come round there. Now we can see the coil shining. There. It's almost guaranteed that we'll ruin that coil one way or the other, trying to get it out. That's that pink bit. That's 2 contacts, which just touching it was enough to complete the circuit. Whether it's capacitive or simple conductor, I'm not really sure. Let's just zoom out again a bit. I'm probably in a bit too close for you to see what's going on. Yeah, this is all well glued in place, which is why it's not coming apart easily. Right, we can see the coil, see the wires go into it. That still doesn't want to come free. Doesn't want to come out. Come on off. Gosh, nothing wants to come apart easily. I think you'd be able to pull that off, but I suppose that's a safety thing. It's only a tiny little bit of plastic still holding this in place. Got it. All right. Cut our power wires. I'll probably salvage the battery contacts from the battery box. So they're always handy to have. We'll do that separate. This is just that I like to salvage screws. Yes, I would think that acts as a sound box to amplify sounds from the speaker. Right, after all that being careful, we have actually managed to break one of the wires going to the coil, but it looks like it's broken off cleanly from just there. So we could put it back on again if we wanted to set it up and demonstrate it working. So we have a black blob and a few surface mount components. Looks like 25282 version 1.4 2019 April 16th. So I'll put all the plastic in the bin, and we might do a separate video seeing if we actually can get it to run again, just to see it working. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.